welcome into the show this week. Doing it a little later than we wanted to. Sorry we didn't get it up Sunday, but hey, here we are. It's Wednesday night. We're still getting it in before the tournament.
It's time for some Midwest Mike's tournament picks.
Yes, you could take these picks to the bank.
I'll tell you what, take a loan on your house and bet on the game with our picks.
Yes.
Don't do it. Never mind.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Really,
I did do really well though on Bovada last week during all the conference tournaments.
So what are you doing? Are you betting a bunch of games during the tournament tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to with my bankroll in Bovada. I'm gonna put some money on some games. I don't know. I don't have all that figured out yet. What exactly I'm gonna bet, but I figure when I get up in the morning, I'm gonna look at it.
You gonna roll any groups and parlays or something together?
Oh yeah, always.
Look at that. Look at the round robin type betting. Look at that. I think it does what it does is it takes a bunch of your picks and it groups into like a bunch of different parlays. And so like if you hit a few of them, it'll
balance out.
Yeah, so it'll look pretty good.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. What about you? Gonna do any gambling?
I might. I don't know. I might just vicariously live through you. I'll be texting you all day because I'll be at work. I'll be at work all day tomorrow, and but we'll be slow, and so I'll just have the games on and I'll be watching those. So I'll be paying attention to my bracket and everything. So see if I win some money from the fellas. We got a little pool going. I think there's like eight or nine of us.
Yeah, 8 or 9 of us in the pool, and I'm gonna win it just like I did last year. So
you won it last year?
Yeah, I did.
Did you get the winner correct? Like the champion correct?
I don't remember if I got the champion correct or not, but I know I had the most correct picks. So I won the one that my fiance's work did last year. Won their money too. So.
Why aren't you a professional gambler?
Man,
I'm not talking about craps. I'm talking about sports gambling.
Hey, make it legal in Kansas City. That'll be my new job.
It'll happen. I think it'll happen eventually.
Yeah, it will.
But
it will. So anyway, you guys know the deal. Hit us up on the Twitter at Midwest Mike's, Facebook under Midwest Mike's, YouTube Midwest Mike's again, SoundCloud Midwest Mike's. Just hey, we're open. Hit us up. Let us know what you think. I'm gonna tweet out my bracket. I filled out. I have one that's completely filled out, and then what I did is I took that one and I just filled it out up to the Sweet 16, which would put us through the games this weekend, and I'll tweet that out either later tonight or in the morning before the games start so that you could see my first 2 rounds there, and then, then I'll tweet the full one once we get to the championship game.
So are you going to base all your betting? Are you going to keep it strictly to what you already have in your bracket, or will you change your mind sometime? I mean, sometimes you will. If somebody loses in the first round, you'll have to change your mind.
Yeah.
But as far as first round goes, are you going to bet different from your bracket?
No, in the first round, I'll pretty much stick to
I guess
what
you know what?
I
guess it's all spreads, right? So
yeah,
it is
and I didn't pick any of these games in my bracket according to the spread.
I guess it is. It's all spreads.
But I did bet, like I said, in conference tournaments, I bet 8 games and I hit 7 of the 8 I bet.
Yeah, you did really well. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago and last year betting.
Because me, you, and Joey killed it.
That was 2 years ago.
Killed it.
Yeah,
we made like a few hundred each.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I think we had some.
We had some left over
coming in from football from bowl season.
Yeah,
and from the NFL,
and then
we skipped NBA.
And then did these college games.
Yeah, we won a few $100s.
I love watching the college tournaments, and this tournament. But I feel like in the college tournament, you can get a good feel for some of these teams and how they're going to play going forward. So that's kind of how I base my picks. I don't really look at stats throughout the season. I mean, their ranking does matter, and their seeding does matter. But when I base my picks, I don't necessarily look at all these different stats from the season, shooting percentage and turnover ratio and all those things. I really watch pretty much a lot of basketball during conference tournaments and get a feel for some of these teams.
Are you just so a lot of these picks are based on like who's hot right now?
Who's hot right now?
Because that's what it is.
To win a tournament, you got to get hot at the right time.
So you got to get hot at the right time. And to keep it local, is Kansas hot at the right time?
I think so. I do.
So are we The only thing I would say is, now I'm a Missouri fan. I'll throw that out there, but I like Kansas. They got Bill Self is a fantastic coach. If the only thing for them is if they show up in this tournament like they did against Oklahoma State a couple weeks ago, they're toast.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think that game was looking ahead. I think they looked ahead, and
I think that was a game where they had nothing to play for,
and so they just kind of walked through it.
Yep, absolutely. It was the last
Self
game, meaningless.
It didn't mean nothing. They still got the 1 seed.
They already had the 1 seed locked up.
They beat the spread all the way through the Big 12 tournament. And that's a telltale sign of a hot team also.
They did. Because the one game I missed was them and K-State.
And they beat up that spread.
And
what they ended up winning by?
I think they ended up winning by like 15 or 14.
So they beat the spread by 6, right? The spread was 8 or was the spread 9?
The spread was 8.
They beat it by 6.
But also, after I had bet that, it came out later in the day that K-State's leading scorer was going to be out.
That's right.
For that game.
What's up?
So, had I known that, I would have probably went the other way. But, you live and you learn. So, you can't know everything. So, let's start in the South, talk about some of these games. I don't want to spend a ton of time on each individual game, but starting in the South here, Virginia, number 1 seed versus UMBC. Any chance UMBC pulls the upset here?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, me either. I'll just go ahead and say it now. I do have all 4 1 seeds winning their first round game.
Yeah, I do too. I don't see it. I mean, the thing is, it's never happened.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so.
The thing is that the chance for UMBC to win is not 0. There's some kind of percentage out there, and I would wonder what. I would kind of wonder what the spread is on some of these games. That would make things interesting if this spread's I love betting on,
You do love those big spreads, 15 plus.
Oh, yeah. I love that because you're just it's all good. They can lose by 14, and they end up getting blown out by 100 or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
not saying there's no possibility, but, I'm not going to pick a 16 to upset a 1 in the first round. So, staying in the South, Creighton, Kansas State. I got Kansas State advancing there and winning their first round game. What about you?
I got Creighton beating them.
You got Creighton beating them. So.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty even game. Creighton's actually Creighton upset. Dang, who the heck? They upset somebody earlier this year. I can't remember. Anyways, Creighton's not a bad team. K-State's not a bad team. 8-9. Whatever.
8-9 are always tough to pick.
I'll go with Creighton on that. I'm trying to look at some of these spreads here.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
Okay, Kentucky Davidson. I've got Kentucky winning there.
I also have Kentucky, which the spread on that is. What do you think the spread is on that?
No idea.
5.5.
Seems low, but Kentucky isn't
low.
Kentucky isn't the Kentucky we've come to know under John Calipari.
Is Calipari kind of falling off here?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that he's fallen off.
He's having a down.
He's still good.
He's having a down
he's still
year.
a 5 seed. That's pretty good. Arizona Buffalo. I got Arizona.
No surprise.
Okay, Miami and Loyola of Chicago. I got Miami.
I got Miami. It's just this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. K-State Creighton spread. Creighton -1. So that's Vegas.
Pretty even.
Yeah. So Vegas or whoever odds makers think that's going to be an even game too. So that's a toss-up game.
Yeah. Tennessee Wright State. I got Tennessee. Okay. Nevada Texas.
I'm going with upset alert. I'm going with Texas.
Me too. We're thinking along the same lines there. I think Texas, that's my upset pick in those first round games in the South. And then I got Cincinnati over Georgia State.
Yeah, I have Cincinnati also. I watched Cincinnati play in their tournament. They looked pretty good. They didn't play. I don't think they played anybody hardcore. Their record's nice, man. I don't think they won 27 games or 28 games. Pretty good.
And then my 4 Sweet 16 teams from the South region are Virginia beating Kansas State, Arizona over Kentucky, Miami over Tennessee, and then Cincinnati over Texas.
Only place we differ is I have Tennessee over Miami. Other than that, I got Virginia, Arizona, Tennessee, Cincinnati. So there you go. Nothing really crazy.
Yeah, nothing crazy there. Go down to the West bracket. I got, again, we already said 1 seeds. We didn't have them losing. So Xavier, and then I have Florida State over Missouri.
I got Missouri. I'm a Missouri fan, so I gotta do that. 8-9 seed. I gotta go. Oh, that line on that game is Florida State minus 1.5.
Florida State minus 1.5. So if
that's a close game.
If I'm gonna bet that, and that game looks like at 9:50 on Friday. I think that's Eastern time. So it'll be 8:50 our time. So, I'll probably bet that one, and I'll probably take Florida State to cover. So, because we have a little side bet that, with Missouri and Kansas, that I got KU going further, you got MU going further. So
yeah, I don't know when I made that bet, but it was. I think I was under the influence.
Maybe, but
I was feeling a little gutsy.
But it's still a bet's a bet. So
me and Joey.
Yeah, Joey too. All right, Ohio State, South Dakota State. I got Ohio State winning that one.
Ohio State.
Gonzaga, UNC, Greenville. I got Zaga.
Gonzaga.
Okay, Houston, San Diego State. Upset here for me. I got San Diego State beating Houston.
I rolled Houston on that.
Okay, Michigan, Montana. Michigan.
Michigan.
Texas A&M, Providence. I got Texas A&M.
I have Providence.
All right, so you're going with another 10 over 7.
Yeah, some kind of stat on that. I think I don't know.
Okay.
Or is that right? Is that the
no?
stat?
It's usually the 5-12s.
5-12.
5-12s are the ones that are crazy.
10-7.
And then North Carolina over Lipscomb for me.
I'll take North Carolina over Lipscomb.
Okay.
Lipscomb.
Yeah, I don't even know how to say their name right. But so my 4 out of that region to make up half of the Sweet 16 is Xavier, Gonzaga, Michigan, and North Carolina.
I have exactly the same.
So really not differing a lot there in our South and West brackets. So we'll move on to the Midwest bracket. KU, Penn, KU, we both already said 1 seeds aren't losing in the first round. Seton Hall, NC State. I went NC State here, in the memory of Jimmy V.
I didn't use Jimmy V, but that's a good thing. But I went NC State also.
Yeah. So I like to see that. Clemson, New Mexico State, the 5-12. I did go with the 12 seed here, New Mexico State.
Oh, I went Clemson.
So,
hey.
And we're a little different there. Auburn, Charleston. I went Auburn.
Auburn. I've watched Auburn play. Auburn's a pretty good team. I didn't have any problem with Charleston.
TCU versus Syracuse. Syracuse actually just won that game. Just ended probably about 30, 40 minutes ago. I actually have Syracuse upsetting TCU.
I went ahead and went TCU. I didn't care who won the Arizona State-Syracuse game. I was going to go TCU. And I feel good about that. We just watched the end of that game, watched a little bit of it. I think both those teams are pretty bad, so there you go.
Okay. Michigan State over Bucknell.
I got Michigan State.
Okay.
I'm betting all against Izzo.
And I got Rhode Island beating Oklahoma because I didn't feel like Oklahoma should have gotten in the tournament.
Well, there you go. I feel the same way, and I got Rhode Island because, I can't say I've watched a lot of Rhode Island, but I can say I have watched Oklahoma, and Oklahoma is either, if Young's not on, they're toast. And really, for them to really win, he's got to be like 30 points. I don't know 30, but he's got to be lights out.
He has to carry the whole team.
That team is pretty bad without him. So I got Rhode Island beating them.
Yeah. Same, Rhode Island. And then Duke over Iona.
What do you think that Duke line is?
Probably 15.
20 and a half.
20 and a half.
Maybe you're taking Iona.
I might take Iona.
That's tomorrow, 2:45. You're going to be rooting for Iona tomorrow.
Well, I won't be rooting for them to win. Just keep it close, guys. Just keep it close.
Play competitive, please. Yeah.